Howdy, everyone. Second take here of the alpha analysis live stream. Having some technical difficulties and very much going to be waiting to see here if this is working. Trying a new computer, and hopefully you guys can hear me. The last one, the audio did not work. So Brandon said sound good. Perfecto. All right, we're back in business. The quality may not be good. I switched over to the other computer because people could barely see the charts. If it is not one thing, it is another. Tis the life. So you do what you can do, and that's what I'll be doing here. Is doing my best. Okay. Gonna take a second here. A couple drinks and just be pretty much ready to get into it here. All right. Now we're working with some sound at least. Okie dokie. So wanted to quickly mention that the backtester for investor mode of emasar is now available over on alphanalysis/forums. Go into emasar, see emasar backtester, and this video has just been uploaded. It's not on my YouTube channel, but it is available to anybody that wants to view it here. It is not intended for anybody that doesn't have emasar already, and it is very much in beta mode. And there is a bug bounty currently offered to anybody that can find out anything that is wrong with any of the calculations as explained in this video, can win $100 in Bitcoin. So head on over, check this out. A very elaborate back tester that I am very excited about. It's the best in the business as far as I'm concerned. Like as the strategy tester on TradingView, we found out pretty quickly that that just wasn't working accurately, and have been working for a long time to get one together for ourselves here. Let's just go ahead and pull up, take a quick look at what that's looking like, because one of the things that I'm really, this is not the newest version, so it doesn't have one of the coolest things, but this is what you'll be looking at if you have the the newest version of emasar. You can go into it, click settings, and then come on down and click display backtest beta, and you'll have this plus a couple more things that are all displayed, all explained here. So go on over and check that out before using the backtester, which is now available for investor mode, and trader mode will be right around the corner. All right. I'm gonna have to get a little more of that whiskey. That was nice. Teeling, Teeling, Tealing. Very nice, like $40, $50 bottle. I'll tell you what, you guys missed out on some nice scarf tips due to this sound not working on the last one. So, you know, I'm not going to be able to find the energy to repeat that now, but perhaps another time. Shout out to Agatha. Thanks for hooking me up with that indicator. Appreciate that. Shout out to Bitcoin. Thanks for hooking me up with $56,000 for BTC. Appreciate that. Make sure the sound's still working. All right. And of course, not sharing the screen. It's been a very long day. It's just been, if it hasn't been one thing, it's been another with trying to get the backtester together. So that was a lot of resistance to work through. And now that I'm on the other side, I'm very much happy about that. Still got work to do with the trader mode, but now it's going to be all that I can do to just get this video together. So I better be keeping an eye on the chat here to make sure that I am not totally screwing everything up as I have been already. And appreciate all you guys' patience. You are the best. I'm doing my best, and those of you who are offering support or kind words, or just let me know what's wrong without giving me a hard time, that's the type of stuff that I just appreciate. So you guys are all appreciated. Mel, as always. Brandon, BVH, good to see you. It's been a while. Shout out to the dinner we had together. That was a lot of fun. Dinas and Shirley and Rick Schmidt, Haas, good to see y'all. And it will be time to go ahead and dive into just relooking what we were looking at earlier, and then going through the daily process. I'm drinking some whiskey. It is a Friday night, so shout out to Friday night. There's our first target that we were looking at. But talking about, in a market with a lot of momentum, really deferring to more aggressive targets while still, being very happy to take profit when the market goes in your favor. So first target, we got there pretty quickly. Second target is coming up, and I think we're going to get there. Uh, 58.5. That's where I've got some orders set. 58.5 up to 62. I would have explained that in the video that's titled Bitcoin is on a tear. Let's take a look at some targets. So this would be the reason why I'm looking at 58. The 62 takes a little bit longer of an explanation. Not going to get back into that. Going to go ahead and get right into the process and make this a quick one. I still got to get to the hot springs, much less having eaten dinner. I haven't been to the hot springs yet, so I am definitely needing to make some moves. Okie dokie. Just gonna have to log in over here and pull up the daily process. All right. So here's what I do is just have a template for the indicators and things that I want to look at, because I'm going to be looking at this for every market that I'm trading right now. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and a little bit of Link. So what I'll do is just copy that and then scroll down and scrolling down always gives me a little bit of you know, of a warm feeling, just seeing the proof of work, just seeing the day after all of that just tells me that I have been, you know, putting in the effort. Alrighty, let's see here. We'll do BTC to 1921. Now the back tester's out, next thing I'll have is the Coates moving average, the CMA, and that is going to be a piece of cake. Now that I've got that other part off my plate, well, we'll see. You know, it's definitely not off the plate until it's actually confirmed as not having a whole bunch of problems that we didn't already find. Okie dokie. So we're just going to look at support. That's going to be the 2 low. You can pull this up on your chart right now by pulling up simple moving average and putting in 2 and then changing the source to low. And then I've got the 9 LSM. That's least square. I would say mean, but it's something else. Least square moving average. Least squares moving average 9. And then I use the source is high, low 2, because this targets the highs and the lows, least square mean. Now we're looking at daily. And that is let's see here. 53 016 2 54 342 and resistance 56492. Check to make sure I'm sharing my screen. Okay. Nobody is complaining, so that's good. If you want to see my target for the top, check my trading view. That's where I've been posting those longer term charts. Okay. The stop's either going to be based on the last 3 candles low or 1 hour emasar, depending on what I'm seeing. If you've been following along the last few videos, I'm kind of wondering. All right. Is 659. Up and expected to be support. We expect resistance to turn support once it is broken through. So, you know, when you have resistance and then you break through it, that's where I'd expect it to turn into support. Like right here, I was paying very close attention as we had this 2 low moving average cutting into the bottom of the sky and the price pulling back into it. So right now the stop losses I'm really liking are going to be under the buoy right here around 45. And in fact, I'll just tell you the stop losses I have. set, provided that it doesn't just completely break down everything. Because I did already go through this process earlier. It's good to, you know, trading 4-hour chart. I want to do my best to go through this two times a day. And like right now, I'm seeing that my stops are going to stay the same, so I can just kind of log in and see what they're set at, and I can share that. And then there are other times where it'll be like, oh, geez Louise, I need to make some changes. I've been taking some profit today, so it's good to see. I want to trail my stop into profit and then have profit orders set, so it's kind of like you know, I want to just blow through my profit take orders, because if all of them get filled, I'm still gonna have some on the table, and I'm gonna set the orders at such a point that so I'll tell you both of my all of my orders right now. Well, I guess we'll have to just wait to go through the rest of the process before I tell you everything else. Right now, we're focusing on the stops, 5688 and 45,555. That's where I'm looking at. Buoy, I'm wanting to be under that. I am a little close. I am gonna, you know, kind of what I'm thinking is that, let's see here. We can get a good example. Let's just pull up the 4-hour because that has what I'm looking for recently. So like I do not want to get stopped out on this wick with a market stop loss, or this wick. But what I'm kind of thinking here is that right now, what are we doing? We're on this upswing right here, and that you know, the buoy's here, and I'm setting it under the buoy, thinking that for the price to move all the way down and through it, that's going to take a handful of candles, and this is trailing with every candle. So I feel like it being this close to the buoy right here, you know, that's okay, because if the price does come down and really check that level, well, it should take a handful of candles and this should continue progressing at the same level we're seeing. We can just kind of draw a trend line and say that, you know, if it just comes pretty much straight down, well, that should be right here. And this is probably the level I'm going to want to have it at for a few days, maybe. So that's kind of my thought process there. And then 45,555, that's that one, that's the buoy. And then the other one is 5688. That is this one, the daily. Right here. And instead of setting it right below this low, I want to set it right kind of above, because I know there's a lot of liquidity here, so I won't expect too much slippage above. Or if I set it a little bit below and the rug gets pulled out, you know, that's what I'm thinking about. I want it just a little bit above this wick, with that low being at 5683. My stop is at 5688. $42,366. So here, been kind of watching this. Made a post in the forums earlier today. We're testing the sky. Is this a spot where we break into it and, you know, kind of maybe turn into support? We didn't really there, but a lot of times it will. not a lot of good examples right here. What are you going to do? We expect resistance to turn into support if you break through. And if this does get up into here, testing the moon, then I would expect, you know, it to moon by turning the sky, the top level of kind of resistance here, into support, and then melting up in the sky. We'll see. Currently, just 751. 40. Yeah. 892. 45869. Resistance, I would just use the high. 26635 when we're above the 2 high here. I view just the high as the resistance level. This is where I would be accelerating my stop over the last, like back in here. I was using stops from this weekly and this 4-hour layered. And now that we've accelerated in favor and I'm taking profit and positioned in, you know, in profit, I am no longer interested in giving it room. Like I really feel like you got to give position room to develop, and that once it develops in favor, you kind of want to do like that sort of thing where you've got it working towards these profit orders that you really want it to hit. And if it hits it there, you're going to be very happy, and you're not going to, you know, cancel them or get greedy or anything. But if it doesn't quite get there, you've got the trailing stop coming in. Interesting. Looks like a lot of people taking profits on their longs. As there is a funding going through here, 12 minutes, you can enter a short and get paid 0.12%, provided it doesn't go up more than that before then, and it probably will. The interesting thing, this is what we've been seeing for a couple of days now. Interesting thing is dropping down to kind of a normal range, 0.0659. That's still not normalized, but that's not extreme, and it's heading down. It's telling me that if enough FOMO buyers take profit and get out, then they might be ready to get back in, or that is kind of a good sign for continuation for sure. Instead of it going to like 0.2, you know, it goes this way. That's however you want to read it is up to you. For me, I I read that as a pretty good sign. Alrighty. Pulling up my handy dandy calculator. All right. Figuring out the percentage of my exposure to Bitcoin. %46%. And estimated risk is, I did re-enter 2 days ago on Wednesday, talked about the orders that I was setting, and I did get some nice fills. So I did enter, re-enter some risk after being fully hedged, and now I have moved that stop to 56.88, which is still a little bit of risk, but it's hardly even worth calculating. So I'll say something like that, 0.2%, just to say, and then maybe there'd be slippage if it gets there. And profit take orders are 58,500. $62. All right, we do have, see, I actually may need to adjust my buy orders. I think there has been a daily close. Since I entered those, mine are at 52 and 52,555. Yep, I need to adjust one. Second here, I need to pull back up that chart. I want 53, 18, and 54, 344. Yep, I do need to adjust. 53, 17.7. On there. And we can get an extra 7 in there, so we're definitely doing that. 5317.77 might make all the difference. Yeah, of course, they only get 1 decimal. So yeah. Okay, it's worth a try, right? You got to try. 54,344. Wait, is that right? Yeah, sure. Yeah, cut down that exposure a little bit as I'm moving it up. When keeping the same stop, I want to decrease the exposure to basically keep the risk the same. Oh, I see what happened. The buy I did I did 5,317 instead of 53,000. When that happens, it wasn't long ago. 55,000. So that's where I can get my extra 7 in. So 53,177.7 and 54,344 are the buys. Stop 5688. 45,555. Taking profit at 58.5 and 62. Hopefully we get there. If not, hopefully I can accelerate my stop loss up to some nice levels before getting stopped out. And we will see. Here's where I would be looking for, that first half of the candle, at least, definitely first 20%, a nice sharp counter trend move down into the buy zone. That's what I would like to see. We see a nice action back in here, and also on that one there. And then the weekly, nice, just perfect from the weekly as well. So we'll see what happens. This is really a spot where I would not be surprised at all if we don't get down here. And I very much do think we've got another day to the upside. So I'm going to pay very close attention to is a Donchian idea that seems to perpetuate, at least in my experience, is 2 candles to the upside and then 1 correction. So either side, 2 trend, 1 correction, 2 green, 1 red. I think we're positioned for another green in this situation. Look into Donchian yourself. It's a spot like right here, you get 2 green, 1 red, 2 green, 1 red, and then boom. And then sometimes the red doesn't get down to where you're looking. Maybe you get a partial fill, maybe you get none. Maybe you get a great fill. Maybe other times it just dumps straight through and then you take it on the chin. But I pay very close attention to 2 green, 1 red, get a couple green here. This is almost a red. Having just that little check side stutter step in the middle of a nice move. Something I pay close attention to and kind of keep track of. So it's a situation where when we get a little wick below here early on and then make a new high, I wouldn't be surprised, like here, sometimes you just get just barely any look down before moving up, and then other times you just go straight through everything. So it's of course anything can happen, and I am still targeting the 58.5 as I have been since we kind of see here. You can go back and look at the Twitter. Right here's where I would have been targeting. Maybe it was this one. I know there's a dump after I got the confirmation. I can't remember which one it was, but that was where I started looking at that price, and I am continuing to look at that price. And now I am needing to call it a day after taking one last look at the chat and thanking everybody for still having the patience to stick around and keep me honest and whatnot. So I'll take another look and then be on my way. All right. I think that is going to conclude it. Thanks for the kind words, everybody. Very much appreciated. And don't forget to smash the like button and click the bell after subscribing and sharing with the friends and the family and whatnot. that is always something that helps to keep the ball rolling. And before signing off, now that I'm seeing my new background, as I had to quickly switch angles, I always got to show off some cool things if I can. How about my new peace pipe? If you ask me, that looks like a dragon. That thing is really cool. It's actually a raccoon skull with an elk antler. I've talked about some of the cool stuff you can find at the trade post on the Native American reservations out in the southwest part of the United States of America. And there you go. That's one of them, which I think is it's really cool to have this guy looking at me, keeping me in check as I am here, doing my thing. So thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. Tomorrow will be my day off, Saturdays, and this week it'll be definitely needed. And then I will be feeling rejuvenated and excited to get back to you guys next week, starting on Sunday. So cheers and have a good one.